The Old Testament predicted that when the Messiah, God's Son, would come to earth, he would heal the sick and the blind. Our story begins with Jesus walking alongside one of his disciples. Listen to what happens next.
Money, money, I need money. Jesus, why is this blind? Did he sin or his parents sin cause this?
No, he was born blind, so God could work a miracle in his life, that he and others can believe and follow me.
So Jesus spat on the ground and made mud. Then he put it on the man's eyes.
Go wash your eyes in the pool of Siloam.
Praise God! I can see! I can see!
Hey, isn't that the guy who was blind and begged for money?
No, it just looks like him.
No, it is me. Look, I can't see. How
Can you see? A man named Jesus spit on the ground and told me to put it on my eyes and go to the pool of Siloam to wash it off, and Jesus said, I did what he told me to do, and I can see.
Where is this man named Jesus?
How should I know? I went to wash my face, and like he said.
Then the townspeople brought the man to the Pharisees, the people who are in charge of the synagogue. They brought him to the Pharisees because the Jews had made the mud. Jesus had made the mud and opened the man's eyes on the Sabbath. You see, the Pharisees did not want Jesus doing good works on the Sabbath because they considered it to be working, and a good Jew was not supposed to work on the Sabbath. However, healing someone on the Sabbath was not work at all. It was a blessing for the blind man.
How can you see?
Jesus put mud on my eyes and told me to wash, and now I can see.
Jesus can't be from God. He worked on the Sabbath.
How can a sinner do such an amazing job?
Miracles. So, they did not know what to think, and they argued with one another. What do you have to say about Jesus?
He was sent from God, so he must be a prophet.
The Jews still did not believe that he had been blind and had received his sight, so they sent for the man's parents.
Is this your son? Is this the one you say was born blind? How is it now that he can see?
This is our son, and he was born blind. But how he can see now, I do not know.
Ask him yourself. He's old enough to speak for himself.
His parents said this because they were afraid of the Jews, for already the Jews had decided that anyone who believed in Jesus was the Messiah would be put out of the synagogue.
Tell the truth. We know Jesus is a sinner.
Whether he is a sinner or not, I do not know. If this man was not from If this man was not from God, he could do nothing. One thing I do know is now I was blind and now I can see.
This made the Pharisees so mad that they threw the man out of the synagogue. When Jesus had heard that they had thrown him out, he went to find him.
Do you believe in the Messiah, the Son of God?
Who is he? So I can believe.
You are looking at him. It is me.
Lord, I do believe.
Jesus said, I have come to earth so that the blind will see.
There is something worse than physically blindness, and that it's spiritual blindness. When people are spiritually blind, they do not believe. When people are they
Nope. They will not.
They do not believe in Jesus or obey him, they will not go to heaven when they die, but when spiritual eyes to see God's will for their lives, they are able to see and understand things about the world and about God that other people do not see and understand. Psalms 119 verse 18 says, "Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your law. We must ask God to save us and help us to understand His way more clearly. The good news is
that
God
proclaims. No, promises. Sorry.
Promises
Spiritual
sight to
those
those who ask for it. Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your law. Psalms 119 verse 18.